Hello, you. It's me. And I was watching the latest video by Becca Scoops, which is a very good video. I suggest you watch it. But she brought up something about the aunt and the conversation from jail between Gypsy and the Aunt Claudia. And I will admit that a lot of the beginning of it I didn't really understand, and I didn't think it really was anything. But I was wrong. I didn't realize that the aunt was actually grilling Gypsy, like, hey, I heard about these things. What about these things? Trying to get at what happened, obviously. This was just a few days or so after the arrest, so they're just trying to figure things out. So she was asking about these things. One of these things was there were some messages back and forth between Nick Godejohn and an ex-girlfriend of his, which was what Aunt Claudia was talking about. The messages were, hey, I just want to ask you something. Do you think that Gypsy is actually crazy? I'm not sure how to put it into words, but what do you think? It won't hurt my feelings. Please tell me what you think. And the ex-girlfriend said, I don't know. I'm not sure how to put it into words either, but I know that I would never kill somebody unless they were trying to kill me. And, it's these little tidbits where you get to see a closer look at what was really going on. So Aunt Claudia was just trying to get down to what happened. So I need to make a correction on that, because I thought she was just bashing Dee Dee the whole time. But that's not actually what was happening. So I stand corrected on that. And I find it much more interesting now. The Petrie family haven't really said a lot. And it looks like they were just trying to find out what was going on. Now, Gypsy's response was just, oh, yeah, Nick was talking to his ex-girlfriend. He was cheating on me. But that's it. I don't know about that other stuff. But he was cheating. You know what I mean? Like, trying to sidetrack so that he looks like he was doing wrong things and therefore can't be trusted. Which it just makes me feel even more sorry for Nick, because it's obvious, and he said in his interrogations that he tried to get her to run away. He's like, come on, let's just go. We'll run away. You're an adult. There's nothing that she could do about it, but she refused and insisted that he go through with what they had planned. And my belief, my thoughts, my opinion is that the deed, the crime, had already started, and she needed Nick to go in there to be the fall guy. If they had run off, I believe that Dee Dee still would have met her demise, because I think that Gypsy started it, or she did it and then had Nick go in and also commit the crime after it was done or nearly done, so that he would take the fall for it. That's my belief on it. Not facts, just opinion. So it just makes me more sad for Nick, I'll be honest with you. But there was another thing that has been discussed by a few creators today, was this new video that Gypsy put up about cyberbullying and how bad it is. And I haven't seen the video. I'm not sure if I can watch that video, because her voice is so grating and it makes me angry, because you can hear all the you can hear all the lies and the deceit and the duper's delight on her face. You know what I mean? Like, it just rubs me the wrong way really badly. I might try to watch it just so I can give you a breakdown of what she said. But she's talking about cyberbullying and how horrible it is, and she wants it to stop, and she wants to protect Aurora, apparently, and all these things. And I think what a hypocrite. What a hypocrite Gypsy is. Because she cyberbullied Nina. She doxed and tried to cancel Becca Scoops. I believe she also did that to Toddy One Skip, doxed her information, and to Alice Down the Rabbit Hole. Those are at least 4, not counting, of course, Ryan, who she tried to cyberbully as well by putting out very private, personal information. And then saying, oh, I didn't mean to hurt anybody. Bull. Yes, you did. That's exactly what you meant to do, is to hurt everybody who disagrees with you. And in fact, me, who has a teeny weeny woo-woo channel, right? Although I'm very proud of it. And I'm very proud for the subscribers I have. I'm very proud of that. Don't get me wrong. But compared to all these other channels, I'm just a teeny weeny little tip of the pinky channel. And even I received a message talking about how Nina is a liar and she's ugly. And honestly, the comment made me laugh. I'm like, what does ugly have to do with anything? That's subjective anyway. But what a stupid thing to say. What a stupid thing to remark. Like, oh, I should believe that Nina's lying about everything because she's unattractive in your opinion? I mean, dumb. The dumbest comments I've ever received. But even I got something like that. So they're around the internet when Gypsy says people are being watched. Yeah, she's the stalker who's getting her minions to help stalk for her, which is just crazy. And she's saying she doesn't want cyberbullying. What is she doing? She's cyberbullying people. She's doxing people. There was one lady who actually went by her house and beat the horn and stuff, and did this several times, I think, to her job as well. Oh, bless you. My kitty sneezed. Gypsy is the one who's doing the bullying, in life bullying, it seems, too, at times, with that one woman. I can't remember her name. Please say it down below if you know her name. She is, I think she does more TikTok than YouTube, which is why I'm not as familiar. But what the heck is Gypsy doing? She's bullying everybody. She's the bully. If she wants cyberbullying to stop, then why doesn't she start it off by getting offline? She's the one who's doing all this. But here's the kicker, and here is what I was talking about before. She has her minions do it so that she can play stupid. In fact, I think Bree was the one who helped coordinate the takedown of Alice Down the Rabbit Hole. I believe she was one of the major players in getting her demonetized. But her minions are doing that. Do they not understand that with them doing that they're the ones that are going to end up in trouble with the law? And they can say, oh, well, Gypsy wanted me to do it. But as we've seen, the Gypsy can just play stupid and say, oh my God, I don't know what you're talking about. I saw it, but I didn't tell you to do that. You know, I remember the parody account that they made of Nina. I remember the video where they had a picture of Nina on it and saying, I'm a big fat liar and I say all these things just to get attention and blah, blah, blah. I was shocked when that came out because I thought, surely Gypsy couldn't be doing stuff like this. Wouldn't her parole officer have something to say about that? But apparently not. And I don't know if she created the parody account, but it did show that she was following the parody account, which was apparently very not race sensitive, I guess. It is kind of racist. But yeah, and she's talking about cyberbullying, wanting it to stop. Get offline, Gypsy. Why don't you be the bigger person, Gypsy, and say, I have cyberbullied people and I am going to be the first one to step down from cyberbullying and get offline completely and totally. Take off your channel, take off any TikToks or Instagrams or whatever the heck you're doing. Just stop it. Don't go online. Don't respond to people. Just stay offline and go live your life. Go watch a movie. Take care of your kid. I noticed that I have seen with many other creators putting up all these responses that she makes to people when they say things about her videos and stuff. How does she have the time to respond to so many people? How does she have the time to fry out her hair or pretend to fry out her? Who knows if that was real or not? With her, everything is a show. Where was the baby? Like that's been my question. She is so bogged down with this beautiful little baby Aurora, but how does she do all these other things? Even when she went shopping for all that stuff for your hair, where was Aurora? I get so confused. When I was a single parent, my child went everywhere with me. Until I got a job and took my child to a babysitter. But my child was either with the babysitter or with me all the time. If I had to go run to the store, my child went with me. I never see Aurora, the baby, with Gypsy on these little sprees that she does. It shocks me. And I know a lot of people are talking about the hundreds of dollars that she spent at a store that is meant for professional hairdressers with a license to go to and purchase stuff. And I think it's disgusting how she threw the person, the clerk, who rang her up, she threw her under the bus. Oh, she said, I'll let you get away with it just this one time. I do it all the time. Because no matter what kind of favors you do for Gypsy, she doesn't have your back. And this is what I worry about. I don't know all her minions. I've heard names and stuff. The only one I'm truly familiar with is Bree. And Bree, I worry a little bit for her. Because she seemed like she's actually a pretty nice person. I don't know. I don't really know her. But she comes across as not a bad person, maybe just believing in bad people and what they say. But Bree has been instrumental in a lot of these things that Gypsy wants her to do. And I'm concerned that if things like hit the courts, if justice becomes involved, Bree might end up in prison too. And that I would feel really bad for her on that. But, I mean, going back to Manson, all his little minions who actually did all their crimes, yes, Manson went to prison for life, but so did a lot of his minions. Some of them got out because they were coerced, probably through drugs and whatever. They were coerced. Some of them are still in prison. So regardless of if you do the crime or you tell someone else to do the crime, both of you are going to be involved. Both of you are going to... I mean, look at Nick. Nick got a life sentence for being involved with Gypsy and doing what she wanted him to do. I just, Bree needs to watch out, honestly, because Gypsy is not going to have her back. Gypsy's not going to protect her. Gypsy will very happily throw her under the bus like she has everybody else when she's done with them. And if Gypsy has to go to court for any of these things, who do you think she's going to point to? She's going to point to Bree. Oh, well, I'm not really a person who's a stalker or a doxer because I didn't actually do it. I just talked about it and said it would be nice if someone else did it. Yeah. Sound familiar, right? Isn't that something like what she said about Nick? Oh, I'm not a murderer. I didn't actually do the crime. So I don't identify as that, as an M. Come on. These are patterns, people. We know it. We see it. It's so disturbing. Anyway, thank you for listening. These things just drive me crazy. These patterns keep happening. Why is no one doing anything about it? It drives me crazy. It drives you crazy that the parole officer is doing nothing, and they're going to release her from parole very soon. Just in a few weeks. And her patterns haven't broken. She hasn't learned anything. She's not sorry for anything. She hasn't changed. In fact, she seems worse. In fact, maybe they should do a health check on baby Aurora, just in case. Because, I mean, you can't put anything past Gypsy. You just can't. She's already proven that if you're in her way, she'll get rid of you, even if that means ending your life. Whew, that's a lot to think about. Anyway, that's all I got to say.